Okay, today I'm going to give you a tip that I find very useful. I'm going to show you what I'm doing here. I've got a PowerPoint program running, and I'm going here to pointer options, and then I'm going to go to ink color, and then I'm going to go ahead and choose white. Now I can draw. You may wonder why you would draw, because maybe you say you're not an artist. Well, you don't have to be an artist. Now, what am I drawing here? Let's see. I can just decide to turn this into anything I want. I'm going to draw un gato. And it's so easy. When I draw, here's my point. When I draw, I am conveying a feeling of real time. So even though it's a pre-recorded lesson, everybody feels like it's happening right then. Look at how simple this is. And this is the funny thing. Whenever I do this with almost any age group, people get into it. And when I do it in elementary schools and even sometimes in high schools, people say, "Did you draw that?" Yes, I drew this primitive drawing. Even if you want to draw at the most basic level, which isn't much less than what I was just doing, and you want to draw any kind of a building, just the fact that you are doing this in real time, building your drawing, the conversation, the lesson right in front of people's eyes, that will give you a big advantage. So whenever you can convey real time and put the people right there with you, I think you're doing a very smart thing. And you can use all kinds of vocabulary. You can draw anything you want with it. Look what I'm drawing. I'm not even sure what I'm drawing as I'm doing this, but I could be telling a story. And I can go ahead and put the spokes on if I want, and just draw them even kind of sloppily like this, and people will say, "Oh, that's just perfect," in their own minds, because they will fill in the rest of the details. I'm going to hit the letter E, and it all disappears, and then I can start drawing all over again. Now, if you want to talk about getting somebody really in tune with what you're doing, in sync, then you can print or write while you're talking to them, whatever it is you'd want to write, like whether it was part of a story or just part of a lesson. I mean, let's say I'll just make one up right now. We use the English word all, and in Spanish there are different ways to say all. We can say todo, and we can say todos. And you see, as I'm doing this, you are right there with me, watching every second of my drawing, my writing. Todos. Imagine doing this in Japanese characters. Anyway, there's a whole lot to say when we start analyzing words. And even very young children love to analyze words. I'm talking about first graders. Actually, for learners, first grade is not so young. If you have first graders, you know they have very powerful minds. And they will appreciate watching things develop right in front of them instead of just having it all done, all ready to go. I'm going to hit the letter E again, and it wipes off the board, which I think is very cool. Now this is going to be my last tip. It's the last one I plan to make about how to make video lessons, because, you know, I I gave a presentation at a foreign language teachers conference, and the people said it was just average. And for me, I was showing them really the best of what I had, the kind of stuff that gets me great feedback from language teachers and administrators and other teachers and students. However, the feedback was helpful because it showed me that when I'm telling somebody how to make a video, there are so many things to teach a person that really I would need a course, because there are software issues. I mean, everybody comes up with all kinds of software questions and then hardware questions, and they want to know, why doesn't that work on my computer? And there are so many technical issues. There really are. Getting your software and your hardware to do what you want to do on your machine, yes, there are lots of questions. And also, people don't want to learn all the many, many details of making a particular kind of lesson. Not all lessons, but just one of so many different kinds of lessons. How do you do that? So it would take a course for me to do what I really want to do with teachers and show them, what took me years to do. And they don't have that kind of time. They need to just have these resources available. Use. That's the big word, We need stuff to use. But hopefully you can use the tips I've given you. Try your hand at drawing, no matter how primitive it is, in your lessons. I'm drawing a person right now. You can draw like this and people will be right there with you. I mean, they'll hang in there. Put some ears on there and you just keep adding a few things while you're talking. It makes a huge difference. And then if you decide, well, I think I want to get more complicated there. I want to draw a little bit more. Okay. You can do that, but I just want you to know people do not expect it. I'm just drawing a view from the side. Sometimes I draw from a 3/4 view. Anything you want to do, no matter how simple, it adds a lot to your lesson.